Hey y'all, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, I'm just glad that you guys had decided to vibe with E. Yes, the one and only E. Hey y'all, hope y'all feeling amazing, doing amazing, and just being amazing overall. And if not, it's okay, it's alright, my friend. Because you know why? Bad times don't last forever, because after every storm there is a rainbow, and you're getting closer and closer every day to that rainbow, that pot of gold, that light in the tunnel, whichever one you prefer, my friend. Trust me, you're going to get through this time in your life, but I want you to also hover over those bad times and also appreciate them, because sometimes has helped us to get to the good times that we have been manifesting and praying for. Also remember that manifestation is real, prayers are also most definitely real, and you got this. Keep going, don't stop, and just let things happen when it's ready. Okay, once again, hey y'all, what's up, what's poppin'? If you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for the ones that are not new to this but true to this, hey y'all, what's up, what's poppin'? Y'all, we are in the 4th week of October. We have one more week to go, and before you know it, October will be out to be marked for the books, and then we will be entering November, and November only has 4 weeks, and then December I believe has 5 weeks. So we're getting closer and closer every day to that new year, and I hope you guys are mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, even financially prepared. And if not, I hope that everything works out in your favor. Trust me, you got this. Slow and steady wins the race, and it's not the end of the world. We all go through things in our life that sometimes takes the best, that sometimes could take the best of us, could control us and take the best out of us, but that's not going to defeat us, okay? Because you're a warrior, you're a champion, you're a queen, you're a king, whatever you want to prefer, my friend. You got this, and you know how to make something shake, okay? You know how to. By now you should be able to know what's for you, what's not for you, who's not for you, as well as knowing what serves you, what serves for you within your peace, and what doesn't serve you at all. Okay, and speaking about that, y'all, so we're going to do things a little bit differently now. So if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome again. And the OGs, y'all know, y'all not new to this, y'all true to this. So we have a newsletter, and we are on the 19th newsletter, which is super dope, because we have been doing the newsletters since June. So July, August, September, October, for like 4 months now, I think we've been going on strong. Yeah, 4 months we've been going on strong, and I cannot wait to see when it gets to, I don't know, 50. So as always, I thank you all so very much for taking the time out of your busy day and your busy schedule to even listen to me or watch me on YouTube, or listen to me on all different types of platforms that you listen to your podcast as well. I really appreciate it. National and international. I feel like an international, national superstar. So I really do appreciate it. I'm not gonna lie, at times it be times where it is hard to keep on moving and keep on going, because sometimes I feel like I be out of vibes for y'all, but then I be like, you know what, you can never be out of a vibe, because there's always a vibe all the time. Like, it's always a vibe going on every single day, and I incorporate now the vibes into what I do within my career. If you're new here, I am a social worker, so I feel like my podcast has also not only helped me within my life, but also my professional life as well, with the population that I serve, that can help you guys as well. So yes, I hope these vibes today are helping y'all, as well as the wellness one-on-one lessons, because those lessons are the lessons that I love to do. When it gets to the last Wednesday of the month, we just reflect on how the month has been, and then we also take a deep dive on what wellness lesson it is, wellness one-on-one lesson it is, that is going to, you know, help y'all in any type of shape or way or form. Because not only am I teaching y'all, but I'm learning as I go too. And like I say all the time, learning does not stop outside of the 4 walls. Like, after you graduate from elementary, middle school, high school, college, trade, whatever, learning doesn't stop. Like, it's times where you're probably teaching and you don't even know, and it's times where you're learning and you don't even know. So like the saying, like, you learn something new every day, is most definitely true, because you are learning something new every day. And don't be afraid to let people know the jewels that you have that can maybe impact them in their life in so many different ways, and vice versa. Okay, so let's get into it. So we are on the 19th newsletter. I'm super excited about that, because next week we'll make 20, and next week is our wellness one-on-one lesson. I'm super excited for that as well. So far, I do a little mini reflection on how October has been going by fast for me, but it's been coming along. Like, I had my moments where some things were coming and some obstacles was coming, but it's okay, it's all right. Even though for me, I not only am I a social worker, but I'm also a grad student. So it's a lot of things that's going on in my life, like midterms this week, and I'm just putting it in the atmosphere that everything's gonna go right. You gotta study, because I'm studying, putting in that work and things like that. So if you guys are going through a new chapter in your life, or a new beginning, midterm test or anything like that, my friend, you got this. Do not put too much pressure on you. Just take your time, read your notes, and take advantage of the time that you have to study, as well as to do quizzes and have people quiz you and things like that. Trust me, it's not easy, but it's worth it, because you're doing this for a reason, and it's going to make so much of a difference in your life. Okay, so let's get into the newsletter. So yes, we're on the 19th newsletter. I'm super excited about that. So vibing with E, you guys know by now the vibe for this month, for October vibes, it is healing, heritage, and habits that heals. And we're on part 4, because it's week 4 of October. We are flowing into the 4th week of October, and our theme, healing, heritage, and habits thriving through change, continues to guide us. This week is the finale. Well, it's not the finale, y'all. It's not the finale yet. This is like the previous before the finale. We're getting closer to the finale soon. Part 4 is where we're focused on our boundaries as the essential habits that protects all the peace and growth that you have built so far. So these routines you can make today become roots that hold you steady tomorrow. And this week's challenge, I am challenging you guys to focus on protecting the peace you have worked so hard to build. Choose one area of your life where you often feel drained, and set a small general boundary for yourself. It could be saying no to an extra task, logging off social media for 30 minutes, or not checking work emails after a certain time. Let this little small boundary be a self-love, an act of self-love. And I know at times it's hard for us to set the boundaries for ourselves, because when we're such a type of person that we have to be busy, we have to keep things going. But at times you do need to have some type of peace for yourself, peace and harmony for yourself. So I am challenging you guys this week to protect your peace at all costs, because it is not easy to build the peace that you have now. Trust me, take it from me. I'm at the place where now, like, I have found that inner peace. I found that inner peace, and I'm not going to let nothing or anyone disturb it, because I am at peace with my inner self, and I want you to do the same thing. And I know sometimes it's hard to say no, but sometimes so many yeses might have to turn into no's, especially when it is impacting your well-being and what you can take and what you cannot take in your personal and your professional life as well. So now, y'all, the new thing I'm doing now is I'm going in order of the podcast and not going out of it, because it's kind of a little confusing sometimes, but it's okay. So vibing with E, weekly vibe check, where meaningful conversations meet growth and real life connections. Today, the week of October 22nd, Wednesday drop, and we are on episode 126, y'all. And today's vibe of the day is the balance of barriers, protecting your peace in every season. So this week's vibe is all about the essentials but often difficult working of setting boundaries. We're deep diving into how boundaries aren't about building walls, but about creating healthier fences that protects your energy and mental space. Learning to say no is an act of yes to yourself. In this episode, we will cover why boundaries are crucial, non-negotiable parts of self-care and healing, the difference between external and internal boundaries, and how to set both. Particularly, setting it crystal clear for people to know, like, look, the clear and kindness on respect of setting your boundaries that's needed with others, how to handle the guilt that often comes after setting a necessary boundary, and protecting your peace and time during times of stress or change. This conversation serves as a reminder that your peace is your greatest asset. It encourages you to step into your power and define the term of your own well-being. Boundaries are habits that heal. So Yes, so today's episode is very empowering for an empowering and peaceful conversation that'll help you rest, refocus, and realign. Going back to last month's theme with a reset and reforming and realigning, okay? That also impacts with October's with what impacts with October's theme, the healing, heritage, and habits that heals for us. Okay? So I have a little surprise for y'all, and I'm super glad that we're back on track now. We do have a vibing out with guest appearance. I am super excited, and I'm so glad about that. We do have a guest appearance this week. Like, I know y'all was like, oh my gosh, when are we gonna have another appearance? Well, guess what, my friends? We have an appearance. Thank you. Hold the applause. Thank you. And this guest appearance has made the 24th guest appearance. And if you're new here, our goal is to get at least 30 guest appearances before December 31st, 2025 at 5:30. I think December 31st is on a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. But we should be able to hit that before then, y'all. That's the plan. Let me double check. Yep. December 31st is on a Wednesday. So we're going to say by December 26, 2025, because that's the day after Christmas. Christmas is on a Thursday this year. So hopefully around that time frame before the new year comes in, we should have 30, and fingers crossed if so. And if not, it's okay. It's all right, because long as we hit the major milestone that we did too within 20, but I feel like 30 is also every little thing too. I want y'all to know too that you have in your life. Celebrate those wins. Celebrate those big accomplishments, them small accomplishments. Celebrate every accomplishment that comes into your life, because no one knows how hard it was for you to get to these accomplishments, as well as no one knows how hard it was for you to even prepare yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially to even prepare yourself to put yourself out here and create and even manifest and pray for these accomplishments in your life. So everybody out there, please love on your accomplishments, love on yourself, but appreciate those accomplishments, because those accomplishments can go a long way regardless of how big or small it is. An accomplishment is a very I feel like important thing in your life, because no one knows how hard it was for you to get here. So celebrate every win that you have, and also honor yourself and love on yourself a little harder, and love the fact that you're changing every single day. And those accomplishments are not just little, they're big in so many shapes or forms, regardless if it may be little. Keep loving on them, and also please love on yourself, as well as honor yourself as much as you can. I know sometimes it's like, dang, you don't want to do that, but do that, because that's you taking a step forward within, loving on you, but also honoring you for being you. So yes, y'all, we have a vibing out with guest appearance, 24th guest appearance. The Friday guest drop is October 24th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, and that is this Friday coming up. Vibing out with guests is proof that every story, no matter where it starts, has the power to inspire others. This series continues to grow, and today is a reminder of why we start real conversations that inspires, uplifts, and connects. So in this powerful conversation, we sit down with our 24th guest, Sade. Sade brings incredible and honesty and vulnerability to the mic as she discusses navigating mental health struggles, finding the strength to keep pushing, as well as the true meaning of sisterhood. So drawing from her own journey in her discussions with Girl Talk, Sade often opens a general look at the healing process and the profound importance of community. So the topics that we covered was the reality of mental health struggles and why transparency is key to healing, finding your voice and leaning into safe spaces like Girl Talk for support, or having a support system with the people around you, within your family or friends, how to find the motivation to keep going when you feel like over it and overwhelmed, like just so unattached and overwhelmed. The difference between surviving a difficult season and truly thriving through it, and the small consistent habits that provide stability and hope in the time of darkness. So please, y'all, tune in for a powerful conversation filled with truth, wisdom, and a reminder that no matter what you're facing, you're not alone. And the quote of this week is, Daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love others, even when we risk disappointing others. And Brett, wait, her name Bria. Someone said Bria Brown. And as always, stay connected. Follow the podcast page on Instagram, Vibing Dots with E. Use the hashtag Vibing with E to share your favorite reflections and the boundaries you're setting this week. Until the next vibe, from your host E, from Vibing with E LLC. You know, we gotta put that LLC in there because we are official, we're crucial, we are one of a kind. Okay, we are a brand. Okay, we are a big brand. Okay, so let's get into it. I want you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy hearing my voice or watching me on YouTube, whether you want to go in the moving around or whatever. Please get comfortable and please get prepared for what's to come, because as always, every vibe of the day is something special. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all the vibe of the day again, break it down how things go, and then we're gonna get right into it. So today's vibe of the day, we're on episode 126, the balance of boundaries, protecting your peace in every season. And if you're new here, I break down every vibe of the day as well as wellness lesson 101 into the definition, the 5 W's, the quote of the day, and thanks for tapping in, little note. However, the quote of the day is always the quote of the week, so you will hear the quote of the week, of the day again, whatever, just to help you understand a little bit more. And yeah, and I always hope that every vibe of the day gives you guys at least you guys, I hope it helps you guys. I hope at least 3 to 5 important information, or a few information that will stick to you, because within these 5 of the days are lessons that are helping you in your life within like your emotional standpoint, but mainly on an educational and wellness standpoint, with their self-improvement, self-improvement, empowerment, and awareness. Okay, so before we get into it, y'all, I gotta take a little sip, and let me tell y'all something. Sparkling water, soda, and stuff like that, it gets to me. Like this Simply Pop, like it's so, like, I don't know what it is, y'all, but it's just so good. I had another one too from Target. It starts with a V. I can't think of it. That one was really good. Like at this point, I need all sponsorships with all the sparkling juices and sparkling soda, because that's the only things I could really drink, and of course water as well, that can really help me get through the day, as well as a smoothie too. If I'm not drinking none of them, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, and I cannot forget about my Gatorade, sparkling water, sparkling soda, in a smoothie with, and of course just water. It's just regular H2O itself. Soda itself really just don't do it for me, y'all. But get into it, get y'all some. And this is done. I should have got another one too, because y'all know, if you're new here, excuse me, I always get parched in the middle of the sessions. Like it's so bad, it's just so bad, but hey, nevertheless, it is what it is. So without further ado, let's get into it. Today's vibe of the day again is the balance of boundaries, protecting your peace in every season. As you guys know, we are entering the season where holiday time is coming, and seasonal depression is real. And I noticed too that seasonal depression can creep up on you in so many ways that at times it's hard for you to deal with. So all the people out there that has dealt with seasonal depression or feel like seasonal depression is coming, please pay close attention to this vibe, because I really hope that this vibe will help you. And this was the main reason why I wanted to do this vibe, the balance of boundaries, protecting your peace in every season, because depression is real. Anxiety is real, like bipolar, everything is real. And we're human, we go through these things like sometimes on a daily, every so often, things like that. So if you're out there dealing with this, I really hope that this vibe of the day helps you, because your peace matters, and setting the boundaries that is needed for you is most definitely crucial, essential, and most definitely need for you to keep it P and stand on it, because like I said, you're human, but you also have the right to say no. Sometimes you just gotta say no. And sometimes, like Brent Fayez said, you know, you just don't say no. But sometimes we gotta say no. So yes, the whole point of this vibe of the day is to also help the awareness with the people out there, my fiber babies and fiber family members, or whatever y'all want to call yourselves, that are dealing with seasonal depression or dealing with anything involving with their mental health. As always, I always tell y'all guys, don't be afraid to send me an email, shoot me a DM, and we can be able to, you know, talk about these things. Because not only are you guys going through it, I may go through it too, and you never know how much of impact can I help you, and vice versa, how much you can help me. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask for help, but also know the quickest way to help you get the help that's needed is being able to admit that you need it. And that takes a lot of weight off your shoulders. Just say like, hey, I have a problem, my name is such and such, and I have a problem. Okay. So let's get into it. So the definition. So the definition of this, the balance of boundaries, protecting your peace in every season. The definition is going to break down like what is the whole purpose of being able to protect your boundaries in the context of self-care and healing in every season, as well as within your personal and professional life, your everyday life. Like, why is it so important, and what is the whole concept of why this is needed for me to know, to protect my peace in every season, with me being able to balance these things with the boundaries in my personal, professional life, everyday life, etc. Well, let me tell you, boundaries are the healthy limits, rules and expectations you set for yourself and in your relationship with others. They are not walls built to keep people out, but rather fences built to protect your energy, time, and emotional peace. Establishing boundaries is an act of self-respect, clearly communicating what is accepted, and what is not. They define where you end and other person begin, allowing you to show up as your best, most balanced self without satisfying your well-being. So the whole purpose of this too is just understanding that boundaries not only is just something that's important, it's like rules that's set, but it's also healthy limits. And when we take that oath and that stand on knowing what's best for our health, that's where the healthy limits come into play. That's like with the diet. Like I said, for me personally, soda stuff can't help me. This is my healthy limits. Things like sparkling water, sparkling soda, Gatorade, and water, H2O is, you know, those are my healthy limits within what I'm putting in my body. However, on a personal aspect, as well as my business standpoint, when I'm at the school from 8:35 to 3:35, sometimes probably over till 3:45, after those hours, the boundary I set for myself is I'm not reading no emails. However, my students will text and call me after those hours because things happen. However, during the weekday, my cutoff for them is 9 o'clock because I have class, and I have class through 6 to 9. My Tuesday class is 6 to 9. My Monday class is 6 to 7:30, and same thing for Wednesday, 6 to 7:30. And sometimes I know life be life, and trust me, life be life. And when you build that rapport with your students and your clients or whoever you serve, it's important too that you also let them know that you're there for them, but you also have to set the healthy limits of letting them know like, hey, I'm here for you, but after a certain amount of hours of the day or a certain amount of time, whatever you want to prefer, whatever way, I cannot talk to you because of X, Y, and Z. As well as in your personal life, going back to that, sometimes you have to say no to things that doesn't serve your purpose, or your gut and your intuition is telling you that it's not for you. So setting the healthy limits not only will help you within having that balance for your boundaries, but also having that protection for you to understand that it's okay to not always having to be okay with things. It's okay to be having the moments where you feel vulnerable, where okay, it's not for me, I don't feel it right now. Like certain routines and stuff where we don't need to do that no more. Sometimes we can say no. And also another healthy limit too is starting over. Like this meme I seen, I think they had Eddie Murphy on there. They was like, I'm scared to start over, and they had him on there. I forgot what movie he was in, and he was like, well, they had it on there like, well, this is my 4th time starting over this month. So that's also a healthy limit too. Like, sometimes you have to do what's best for you on a personal and professional level, but also understanding that what works for you will not always work for everyone else. But the whole purpose of this situation, overall, this vibe of the day and this topic, is for you to understand that please protect your boundaries. And please protect your peace in every season, but also to have that balance of protecting your boundaries, because you know what's for you and you know what's not for you. And sometimes it is hard for us to say no, but it's at times where you gotta think, if I was to say yes, you know, and I'll be miserable doing it. But when you say no, don't give an explanation. And at times it is hard for us when we say no, and then you be like, do I have to give a reason why? And then sometimes two people be like, why? And it's like, just give it as simple as possible. Don't give a whole essay and all that. Just say no. And if they ask a reason why, and you say because XYZ, and that's it. So the healthy limits are very crucial. And the rules, boundaries are rules. So people be like, oh, boundaries are just rules. No, boundaries is healthy limits, rules, and expectations you set for yourself and in your relationships. So the rules that you have, you know, what you can take and what you cannot take, and what you're going to allow and what you're not going to allow. The whole purpose of rules is what you're going to allow and what you're not going to allow in your life and in your professional life. For me, in my life, I'm not allowing no one to talk to me crazy no more. I used to let people talk to me any type of way, and I used to just, you know, suck it up. When you come to a point in your life where you're protecting your peace at all costs, but you're also protecting your peace in every season, because you're able to understand the balance of boundaries in your life. Balance and boundaries are very crucial and essential to each other. You have to take a step back and realize, okay, something gotta give. And the way that's going to give is when you change what you allow, what you don't allow in your life. So number one rule in my life is, I'm not going to do anything that you are not comfortable with, and vice versa. You're not going to make me do anything I'm not comfortable with, and I'm not going to do the same for you. People pleasing at times really will have you really like not knowing your boundaries and not having that balance, and not even you thinking of the protection that you have in your life. So that's my number one rule for me. One thing about me, I'm not going to force anything on nobody, and I'm not going to allow nobody to force anything onto me, as well as I'm not going to let you disrespect me. Whatever I say, go. And I'm saying that 10 toes down, chin up, chest out, and I'm not stuttering it, I'm not sugarcoating it. That's one thing too within boundaries too, is having that voice. I feel like the number one rule too overall within the rule part of boundaries is having your voice and standing 10 toes tall, keeping it P, whatever you want to do with it. Just standing firm on it, because it's at times where we've been in time zones in our life where people tested us and people trying to make us change our rules and stuff. No, whatever rule you have set, my friend, within your personal or professional life, keep that rule, keep it firm, print it. Whatever you gotta do, let people know like this is what it is, and this is not, then I'm not gonna let nothing or anyone change it, because this is the boundaries that I have in my life, and this is the rule that impacts with this boundary for me to protect myself in every season, as well as to have that balance of protecting my boundaries within this season with protecting my peace. Okay, so don't let nothing or anyone try you, because trust me, we've been there and done that. But you learn from those experiences, and you learn, and you sit back and you be like, you know, it hurted like hell, but I'm not going to let anyone or anything ever do that to me again, because I came to the conclusion that the balance that I have within protecting my peace and my boundaries is most definitely needed. Because if not, people are going to walk over top of me, and it is not going to show I have no control. And it's going to feel like I'm a puppet master, and you don't want nobody feeling like they're puppet mastering you. Okay? And lastly, the expectations that you serve within your boundaries is key and crucial to what you want to expect. The expectations of what you want to see, and not what people think they should see. The boundaries that you hold within your life with your expectations is all on you, my friend. My expectations are probably different from what your expectations are. Like for me, within serving the population that I do for within social work at the alternative school that I serve for the students that are re-engaging learners as well as suspension, my expectation for them is, regardless if they do or do not like me, long as I'm doing my job, and we might not build that rapport right away, but long as they understand that I'm here for them regardless of the relationship that we do or do not build, that may not serve them, in the way that they think might, but it may in the long run. My expectation overall is to make sure that I'm giving them the tools to succeed that they need in life, so they can prepare for the new beginning that they have been wanting, the new chapter that they have been manifesting for, because they have a chance to do so. And same thing with the vibes that I give y'all every day. Sometimes the vibe every other week. I say every other week, because I'm not an every other week chick, okay? Every week, my expectation for the vibes of the day is to give y'all the vibes that y'all need, the tools that you need to succeed as well. And at times, not gonna lie, sometimes it be a little janky. Sometimes I'll be a little janky, probably in the vibing out with guest series, and probably in my series. But this is raw and uncut. This is me showing y'all the real me, because life happens. Everything is not going to be perfectional. Everything is not going to be, you know, crystal clear. Sometimes, for me, I like to see the real deal, because life happens, and I want to see how you are. I don't want all the glams and I want to see how it is, raw and uncut style. Even if you got to clear it up and dress it up a little bit, that's okay. But when it's real, it's raw and uncut, that's my expectation. I want the real, the raw deal. I don't want no half-ass type of expectation deal. Nah. Okay? But so too, you know, you set this for yourself and with others. Make sure the boundaries that you have in your life, within the healthy limits, the rules and expectations are set for you, as well as within the relationships you set for others. Setting that boundary with the people in your life, whatever relationship that y'all have, friendship and stuff, make sure that you're keeping it crystal clear, and also standing strong and firm on the boundaries that you have within protecting your peace in every season that impacts with balancing out everything that's going on. Trust me, it could be hard, but once you have that boundary, that active self-respect, clarity, communication, what is accepted and what is not accepted, that's a big thing. You know what you want to accept and what you don't want to accept. And you don't have to accept it because this person look good or he or she got something you want. No. Make it make sense. And one thing about me too, that intuition and that gut is not going to lie. And them dreams too is not going to steer you wrong either. Because that's a sign from whoever you believe in telling you, look, this may be for you or this may not be for you. Take it from me. I've been there, done that not too long ago, and it scared the mess out of me. But it came to the light, and it was like, you know, see, I gave you a heads up, and that heads up stayed crystal clear to you. And I'm glad it did, because now it have you like, oh snap, this is for real. Because it's important for me to stand tall and firm on the boundaries that I set for my life, within knowing the balance that is needed for me to protect my peace at all costs through every season in my life. Regardless of how big or small things go on in my life, it's a must that I balance out the boundaries that I serve, so that I can maintain the peace that I have built for myself for a long time, to stay peaceful and to stay grounded. Because if not, if I let something or someone get to me, it's going to show that they won, and it's going to be hard as hell for me to get back to that peaceful self, to get to that peaceful place in my life that I have to start all over and find again. Okay? So, who is impacted? Who needs to focus on setting boundaries right now? Like, who is needed? First and foremost, everyone's impacted with this. Everyone needs to focus on setting boundaries in their life right now, to have that healthy balance for them, so they can have the peace, so they protect their peace at every season in their life. Everyone and anyone who is frequently dealing with burnout, resentment, core overwhelming, or the feeling of being taken for granted, this is for you, my friend. For the givers, the caregivers, the people pleasers, and those in demanding roles, professional parents, community leaders who struggle to say no. It is essential. It is especially important for anyone on a healing journey, as boundaries are essential for maintaining the mental space necessary for growth. If you frequently feel drained after interacting with others, this is for you. This is a compass for you to pay close attention and bring your butt to the forefront. Bring your butt to the center, front and center, in front of me, okay? So, who needs to focus on setting boundaries right now? everyone. Anyone and everyone. I don't care how many hats you wear. Y'all see mine? If you're watching the video, y'all see the CEO on the side. This is the first ever custom hat I got from Lids. Regardless of how many hats I wear, literally or whatever, I'm still human. Regardless of all those hats that happen, I am Erica. Beyond the degrees and the podcasts and everything, I'm Erica. I'm Erica. Y'all know me as E, but Erica goes through stuff too. Beyond everything else. Beyond who I am and the titles and hats and stuff I wear, Erica goes through stuff too. And whoever you are, my friend, whatever name you identify as, let's put yourself in your birth name. I'm such and such, and I go through some stuff. And it's very important that you need to focus on setting the boundaries right now. Even if you have not set those boundaries right now, my friend, I need you to set them right here, right now. I need you to take a moment to just set them boundaries and think about all the times where you felt like you were not comfortable. Going back to the line of saying, if you frequently feel drained after interacting with others, this is for you. I need you to put your butt front and center to me. A 10 hut. This is for you. And I'm gonna say it again. If you frequently feel drained after reacting with others, this is for you. I know y'all probably like, I do feel drained after talking to others because I just don't like people. Let's pump the brakes on that one. The reason why you feel drained, you feel frequently drained after interacting and talking or whatever with others, is because them people do not serve you a purpose. It's not because you don't like people. We like somebody. We like a group of people. We like at least a good 5, 6, 7, 8 amount of people in our life or in our business or whatever lifestyle. You know, we like people. It's just certain people we do not like. And I'm going to tell you why. Those people do not fit. Those people do not, how can I put this in the rightest way possible? It is raw and uncut, y'all, but I want to put it in the crystal clear way as possible. Those people don't serve you a purpose in your life. Those people do not bring any type of vibe that's needed in your life. They don't bring no peace to your life. They do not protect your boundaries, as well as they don't have any balance of you feeling like we really here, like this is my friend. No. And at times it's okay. Sometimes, you know, people grow apart from each other. I had to learn that in certain ways, and at times it used to hurt me because, like, this is my friend or my family member, whatever. Our relationship supposed to be together so the wheels fall off, literally, like that. The wheels fall off on the bus or the bike, whatever, the car. We're supposed to be tight whenever. This is not going nowhere. Sometimes things happen for a reason, but then you also know what serves you and what does not serve you peace wise. And one thing that I'm big on, is a vibe and energy. Two things I'm real big on: vibe and energy. If the vibe is not there, it's like we're not here. And that goes into, if you frequently feel drained after interacting with others, they're not for you. I used to feel like, going back to the boundaries of, at times we sometimes are afraid to say no because we always have to say, we feel like we have to say yes. I was once the type of person like, okay, I'm gonna say yes. That's where that people pleasing come in. And that's where I forget about all the boundaries I set for myself. Because at times too, all the time I have to have a pep talk with myself before I go out the door. I don't care if I'm going to work. I don't care if I'm going in the office for a vibe out with guest session. I don't care if I'm going to the store just to do some errands. I don't care if I'm going out. I always have to prep talk myself to not only just to prepare for the day, but to also really think, is it worth me doing these things with these people or doing this alone by myself? Because it took a long time for me to get to a point, and I know for you too, my friend, to protect your peace. And sometimes you notice things when you're in this space of where, like, okay, this serves me and this does not serve peace to me no more. It doesn't mean you're bougie or you're conceited. No, it's just that you're able to protect your peace, and you know the boundaries that you serve, as well as the balance that makes sense in your life. Sometimes it don't make sense. Sometimes certain things that people don't make sense to us no more. And that's not just because of the lifestyle. It's just that we're not there no more. It's because I'm working on things that I need to protect myself in every season that matters to me, as well as too, I gotta protect my peace at all costs. And it's not that I don't love you. No, I'm gonna love you forever, but we're just not there no more. Because that also impacts with too, you know, at times the roles and stuff that we have in our life, regardless of who we are and what we do, we have a problem with saying no. And the reason why we have the problem saying no, because we're so used to saying yes or hearing yes. Because we feel like if I say no, that's where the two-sided come in. And I'll never forget too, y'all, when I was an undergrad, my professor, who was also my advisor, I felt like he put me on blast low-key, y'all, in class this particular day. But he was being straight up honest. There's people out there that go by one thing and one thing only. The first thought and plan that go on in their head, they taking it. And it's some that has plan A, plan B, first thought, second thoughts, you know, deep thinkers. And that's what I am. Because I'm like, okay, if I say yes, this will be the outcome. If I say no, though, this is the outcome that may happen. And I used to be like picking and choosing. It's like no answer is right, but it's just an answer that protects your peace and also serves you a purpose. And I'm slowly but surely learning that saying no doesn't hurt all the time. Yes, it hurts in the midst of the conversation, but you gotta think. Sometimes you cannot people please everyone if no one is people pleasing you, my friend. If no one is just saying, like, when you ask them something and you feel like, okay, me personally, I don't ask a lot of things to people unless it's my family. Other than that, others is like, I'm gonna take that risk. But I'm like, hell no, I'm not taking that risk, because I don't know what may happen. But I've learned the first time I said no, it kind of hurt me, but it was like, you had to protect your peace. Because going back to that interacting with others, sometimes we just don't have that drive no more sometimes. Like for me, y'all, I'm not a party girl. I'm not. I'll go out, nice brunch. Here and there, we're drinking champagne and cranberry juice, orange juice, pineapple juice or something. Maybe go out for a nice cocktail and eating food. Like, I'm much of a sit down, eat type of girl. And spend time more with my family and my friends. You know, I like the small, simple stuff. And go out, you know, shop around. That's it. And, of course, to the museum, okay? I like that stuff. I'm not a party girl. I don't like the club. It's not really for me. I did hookah lounges before. Some is just not it. And then, you know what's for you. And when you put your foot down and be like, certain people you used to do those things with, too, is like, I can't do this no more because it don't serve me a purpose no more. And not saying in a mean way, but it's saying like too, my peace is not there. And it's like I don't feel comfortable there. I cannot be my authentic self there. It doesn't bring me the joy that it did years ago. Because when you're growing in the new seasons that you are in your life, or the new journeys, or the new journey that you're enhancing and flourishing in life, sometimes things are not going to be the same no more. And people dictate and be like, oh, you're acting like an old lady, old man. You're probably right. But I gotta think, what's gonna serve me? What's gonna serve me? Cause going back to that people pleasing, when you are people pleasing people, you gotta think, are they gonna please to you the same way? Or they going to pour into your cup the same way you pour into theirs? And I'm a firm believer on, you cannot pour into no one's cup if your cup is not even poured into. If your cup is on empty, how can I pour it? How can I pour into yours? I'm giving you air. I can't give you no type of energy or fuel that you need because I don't have nothing in mind. And the thing about it too, about people that pour their heart out and soul out into others, those are the strongest people you have to really check up on. You need to check on them because they go through the stuff. And they don't know how to protect their peace because they feel like if they don't do these things, they don't have no peace in it. And some do it just because so they get some peace of quiet. But no, you got to think when it comes to your peace, you have to do what is most definitely crucial to you? What is that impacts with going back to the healthy limits, the rules, and the expectations that you have for yourself, not for others, that you expect to get out of return? Like, you should see these healthy limits, you should see these rules and these expectations from others. No, whatever you set within those healthy limits, those rules and expectations, you should see them within others. You should expect them to see from you, because that's where the balance of boundaries come in for you to protect your peace in every season. When you sit down and take a look back and see, okay, every time I go out with this person, these group of people, I love them dearly, yes, but I just don't feel it no more. And the reason why can be so many reasons, but you have to think, sometimes this might not be your lifestyle no more. This might not be what you want to do no more, because sometimes things get old. Trust me, it gets old. Sometimes it gets old. Sometimes things get played out, and it's okay to stand tall and firm and be like, look, I cannot do this because this doesn't serve me any peace. The balance in this with my boundaries does not align, and it's okay to say no. Trust me, at times it is hard, because it's like when you're a person that always say yes, and when you say no, people looking at you like, oh my gosh, why are you doing that? Like, what I do to you? Like, no, you just have to be straight up honest and be like, it's not you, it's me. I have to protect my peace at all costs and set these boundaries for me, because if not, I'm going to blow up. And in order for me to stay saying like I am and say the person that I am for you, but not even just for you, but for me myself, I have to make sure that I'm here mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. I have to make sure that I'm here before I can do all these things for anyone else. Because we get so sidetracked, you know, when we're such a nice person, we're such an outgoing person, we're such the people that people are calling and stuff for. We have to think too, did we ever set the boundary for ourselves to be like, okay, certain amount of hours of the day, I need to not be on my phone. Certain amount of hours of the day, I need to have that mirror conversation with myself. I need to take a break, whatever. That's where the boundaries come into play for you to balance the peace in every season. Yes, when we work with people, when we're around people all the time, we feel like it's our duty to do these things because that's who you are. Yeah, but what about you? We always forget about us. And then that's when we wait until things blow up for us to be like, but what about me? What about me? What about me? And then you go look around and see who really is there for you. But you got to remember too, at times you have to be your own best friend before you can be friends and love on others. You have to be able to give yourself the love and respect, set the boundaries, and have the balance and peace that you need for yourself before you can expect it to be into someone else or pour it into someone else. You have to be the best version of yourself that you want to see outside of yourself for others to see. But not only just that, but you have to understand that the balance of boundaries is very crucial to have within protecting your peace at all costs in every season, because you know what's for you and you know what's not for you. You know what you can take and you know what you cannot take. And that's why it's important for you to set the boundaries of saying no. It's okay to say no, but make sure when you say it, you don't have to always give an explanation. Just no. And you don't have to be nasty or nothing with it. You know, somebody say, you know, can you do this, or can we do, unfortunately no. And if they ask why, you just say why and keep it short and simple. Do not give them a long paragraph essay. That used to be me. I used to be like, oh my gosh, I feel so damn guilty that I have to sit here and give you a whole explanation on why I said no. No means no. That's in anything. Like, if I didn't give you the consent or whatever the case may be, I'm just saying no, because I have the right to have these feelings. Sometimes you don't always have to be a yes man or a yes woman. At times you have to say no, because sometimes you need to love on yourself and be your own friend. Sometimes you need to have your own time with yourself. Sometimes you just need to just see how things will be without you having to always say yes. And don't feel like it's the end of the world. It's not. It's like you got to think too, when you were children, your parent or guardian sometimes did hurt them to say no. But it also helped you set discipline within yourself, because in life you're not always going to get what you want, and we're always not going to get what we're looking for. Sometimes you have to push harder, or it may not be your time, or it's not for you. And that impacts with also the balance of boundaries, the balance of the boundaries that we serve with peace in every season of our life. Sometimes certain things is not for everyone to know, and it may not be for everyone, because at times too, when we get to certain places in our life, we cannot bring everyone with us. I know it's hard. It's so hard to be like, damn, why is it like that? When you set them boundaries for yourself, and you set the crystal clear boundaries of the healthy limits, the rules and expectations that you have for yourself within protecting your peace in every season, you will understand that, wow, maybe I have to sometimes oftenly having to stop myself and probably have that mirror conversation 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, to take that time to just say no. It won't hurt me. And if the people in your life don't understand it, that just goes to show they're seasonal people, and they're not reasonable people. Reasonable people are the people that are not going to question you or second guess you or nothing. They're going to respect your boundaries and your peace and the balance that you serve within protecting your peace and the boundaries that you have. Seasonal people are going to be the ones to question you from filth, from sun up to sundown, because they are like, why? Like, what's the purpose now? Like, what all these no means no. And that's that. You don't have to keep explaining yourself over and over again to people on why you doing the things you do. No means no. Okay? So, if you're feeling that way, it's important for you to understand that saying no is crucial, because it's important for anyone on a healing journey as well. Setting them boundaries are essential for maintaining the mental space necessary to grow. You on a mental journey or healing journey, whatever, it's very important that you set the boundaries that's needed for you within your mental space, because it's necessary for you to grow. Sometimes too, when you stay stagnant, always being a yes man, you don't have the time to grow, because you don't know how it feels to just say no and see what be the difference of the outcome be. I know it sounds crazy, but you're gonna be like, you're right, you're right. It makes sense, because the more and more I keep saying yes, the more and more it's like draining to me that I don't give myself the time to say no when I don't want to do it. And do not put yourself in a predicament where you know your intuition is telling you don't go, but you like, I want to go because this is my friend, this is my family. No, because your intuition can help you in so many ways. Can help you from being out of trouble and X, Y, and Z. So please listen to that voice in your head, the intuition, that the feels and everything that you sense. Those are actual signs. If you have a dream, you see things, whatever, pay attention to the signs, because they're also helping you within the balance of boundaries that you have to protect your peace in every season, as well as in your healing journey, your mental health journey, whatever. Please protect yourself at all costs, because you know what's for you and you know what's not for you. And then we go into, what is the benefit of this? Like, what are the key benefits of success setting and holding boundaries? Well, the main benefit is a dramatic increase in emotional resentment and peace. When you set them boundaries in your life, my friend, the amount of peace that you're going to have and the amount of emotions that's going to take over you and the resentment that you have for yourself is going to be so good. It's going to be like, oh my God, like, why did I wait so long for me to just take this time for me to really take this risk on protecting my peace at all costs and setting the boundaries for me to be able to balance everything in my life? Like, why did it take so long? When you're able to see the benefit of it, it's going to be like, wow, this is what I needed. This is what I've been manifesting, praying for, and all that. And now I'm putting it into work and taking it one day at a time, and staying and tall and firm with my chin up, chest out on it, and do not have to feel like I am second guessing myself or anything the case may be. Excuse me. Boundaries reduce anxiety and stress by giving you control over your personal space and time. Boundaries reduces anxiety and stress. When you're on this peaceful journey and you're able to set the boundaries within the healthy limits, the rules and expectations for yourself, my friend, not only will you increase your emotional resentment and peace, you're reducing the anxiety and stress and all the heartaches that you dealt with, my friend. You're letting it all go down. Because once you're giving yourself the 100% control, once you take 100% control, the whole control of your life, you are able to control your personal space and time. You're able to reduce all the stress and anxiety and worries you had to now put that time into something that you have been wanting to put it in. You're putting it into your personal space, doing for you, doing self-care activities, journaling, taking a walk with nature, retail therapy, whatever. And you're being mindful of the time that you have in your life with the people as well as within yourself, because that also strengthens your relationship by making things clear, more honest, and sustainable. People will learn how to treat you by the limits you set for yourself. Going back to the boundaries that you have for yourself within the healthy limits, the rules, and the expectations. Once you're able to came to the conclusion of the main benefit of why it's important for me to have me, you and I, all that, normal, no uno, and all that going on. Once we are able to have that, once we're able to understand what is the key benefits of successful setting and holding boundaries to one accord to ourselves, we're increasing our emotions, the resentments and peace, the boundaries, reducing all the anxiety and depression that we had within stress, that we had that now we can control over time within like whatever we want to do with our personal space and time. That also help us to strengthen the relationships by making them crystal clear on the boundaries that we set, that impacts with the peace that we're going to have that impacts with peace that we hold within every season, to make it clear to everyone and being more honest and sustainable. That will help people to learn how to treat you, me, you, I, us. Treat us better by the limits that we set for ourselves. Once you set the limits and you set those boundaries in your life that is willing to protect your peace at all costs, you're setting a boundary of letting people know how to treat you, what you're going to take and what you're not going to take. Hell, like I said, I'm not going to let nothing or no one disrespect me ever again. I'm not doing that. And I'm not going to do anything that I wouldn't do to no one else. You know what you can take and what you cannot take. And you know what you can do and what you're not going to do. This all impacts with you understanding the key benefits of success in setting and holding boundaries in your life to protect your peace in every season, that will be able to balance out everything in your life, my friend. Especially in the role of seasonal depression, this is for you, my friend. When you set that boundary of saying, look, I'm not going to let this defeat me, I'm not going to let he or she try to tear me down, because I know for a fact that whoever you believe in is not going to let you keep letting being walked over top of, and you're not going to allow a person to keep on talking to you and doing these things to you like you crazy. You're not going to let that job keep working you like a dog. You're not going to let them kids keep talking to you like you crazy. You're not going to let your family keep trying to embarrass you every time you're around them. You're not going to let nobody, no man, no woman try to tear you down because you're not who they wanted you to be. No. When you set them boundaries for yourself, my friend, and you know what's for you, that's where the key benefits of success comes for you. Success in setting and holding the boundaries that's meant for you. Because not only will it help you with increasing your emotions and resentment and the peace, but it also helps you to strengthen relationships on what is key and crucial to you, with making them crystal clear and being more honest and being more sustainable and being more free and open on being comfortable with who you are and the skin that you have, my friend. Don't let nobody or nothing change that, because it takes a lot for a warrior to get to this place in their life. And my friend, if you're not there right now, you're going to get to it, because I know you can do it. And I'm saying this because I know you can. I don't care what no one say. Hell, you got this. Slow and steady win the race. Don't rush yourself, because you know what you can take and what you cannot take. And everyone cannot and will not understand. But you know what's for you, my friend. And you know what you can take and what you can't take. And don't let nobody steer you wrong, because it also goes into the healthy boundaries boost your self-worth and respect as you honor your own needs first, which allows you to give genuinely without You know, deploying yourself from others. I know that was a lot, but I need you to understand that it's very important. When you set them healthy boundaries that boost your self-worth and your self-respect and self-confidence for yourself, you're honoring your own needs first. You're pouring into yourself more and more every day before you pour into anyone else's. Trust me, as a person that is willing and love helping people, I have to make sure I'm mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially right in the head before I can even go out there and be like, let me help this person first. But then you got to think, did I help myself first before I went out there and helped them? And it's not being selfish. I promise you it's not being selfish. Because at times you have to give yourself the pep talk and prepare yourself for things before you can even go out there and serve people. Because sometimes people can go through hell and they keep this nice poker face on. But behind closed doors, you don't know how much hell and chaos is going on. Because they feel like if they was to say no and they didn't put their self first, they're screwed. But my friend, I'm going to tell you this. Being a person that is always there to help is a blessing. And sometimes it could be a curse. Because it's a blessing because you're the one that, you know, heaven sent. But it also could be a curse if you're not putting that same type of love and affection into yourself. That's where burnout comes in. When you don't give yourself that same energy you're pouring into others, as well as taking the advice that you're giving to others, but you're not doing it for yourself, it's like, what the hell? Like, the cycle is not going to end. I had to learn that. I would be on here telling y'all good stuff. I tell y'all good stuff, period. And I think, damn, I'm not even telling myself this stuff. Like, why I'm not telling my own self to keep going and saying no? At one point in time, it was like, damn, what am I doing wrong? And what was I doing wrong? I was doing heaven sent stuff, like sent from heaven stuff. But I wasn't doing it for me. I was doing it for the community and the people I serve and love. But I wasn't doing it for me. I wasn't pouring into me until it got so to a point where it's about to get tough in life. I had to really take a step back and really pour into me. Because if I didn't, it would have went AWOL. It would have been haywire and everything. But now I can sit here right now and say, I've been there, done that, and I learned from it. And trust me, it hurted. Yes, it did. But it also helped me to learn that the balance on boundaries within protecting my peace in every season is crucial and important, because if no one's going to do it, no one's going to do it for me. I have to do it for myself. Because I know what I can take and I know what I can't take. And nobody knows me better than I know, than I know myself. I know my damn worth. And I know what I can take and what I cannot take. And that's vice versa for you, my friend. So let this be a real eye-opener to you that healthy boundaries boosts your self-worth, your self-respect, and your confidence as you honor your own needs first, which allow you to give genuinely without having to leave yourself out. Okay? And that steps into, when should you set the boundaries? When is it most crucial? When is the most crucial time to implement a new boundary? As soon as possible. I'm gonna tell you right now, soon as possible. When you've been going through so much in your life and you can, it's like it's so much you can take and it's so much you cannot take, set them boundaries right here, right now. Do not let nobody or nothing wait until it balls out of control for you to be like, you know what? I don't want you to be like, you know what? It gets to a point. It gets to a point where I gotta be like, I gotta do this. Like, I really gotta do this. Yes, my friend, you have to do this. And it's very important that you set the boundaries right here, right now. Because if not, it's going to get 10 times worse. It is most certainly crucial for you. It's most definitely important and crucial for you to set that time right here, right now. The most crucial time to implement a new boundary is immediately, especially when you notice a repeating pattern of something draining your peace or causing resentment in your life that you're not liking. One thing I don't like, if I see a pattern that keep going and going and going with something or someone, and it's driving me insane, I'm like, damn, that something gotta change. They gotta change right now. You don't need to wait for a crisis to happen, because that's what we do at times. We wait till it get bad. You know, it's not going, this is okay. You know, when it gets bad, I'm gonna handle it. You need to handle it right here, right now, damn it. Because the more and more you keep letting this ship just keep on sailing, this monkey is not going to stop the show if you don't have no control. So you don't need to wait for a crisis for some stuff to happen. Start when the pattern is small. When you notice, I'll be damned if I wait till something gets big again in my life and I know I have full power and control to stop it right now. I'm gonna stop it right now. The small little things can really irritate us in ways it's like, it's small, but I don't like it, and I'm gonna fix this right here, right now. I'm trying not to say the SHIT word, y'all, because when I say that, it's like, can't stop me. I'm already saying, damn, I'm on a roll. But when I say SHIT, it's like, you really can't stop. But when you see them small little patterns, get on it right away. Just snap and just take it and just say, look, I can't have this. Take the full control of it. And once you do, don't let it happen again. Because when you set the boundaries before you reach burnout during major life transitions, or whenever you start a new relationship, personal or professional type of relationship, the best boundary is the one that communicates with proactively rather than reactively protecting your energy before it fully dilate. My friend, set them boundaries right here, right now. Do not let nothing or no one defeat you. I don't care how big or small it is. You better not wait until it's too late for you to hop on it. Hop on it and jump on it, mix on it right away. Don't wait till it gets to a point where you cannot have no control over it, because it's going to be over your head. Like, why did not set the boundary right there? Why I just didn't say no right there? It has you questioning all that shoulda, coulda, woulda. Hell with that, my friend. When you feel that urge you get that urge where it's like, this ain't it, and this is really hurting me, and it's hard for me to go to sleep, it's hard for me to do what I have to do in the day. This is where it comes into play. This is where it comes into play, where you need to take control of it. Because it's crucial for you to implement a new boundary in your life right away. Do not wait. Do not wait. Do it immediately. After you listen to me, y'all, I hope this is one thing that you learn. When you're going through anything in your life, when should you set boundaries in your life? Immediately. Because don't let nothing or anyone get you to a point where you have to be like, all right, I need to set this boundary because this person's getting on my goddamn nerves. No, you need to do it right here, right now. Before it blows up more, get on your nerves to the point where your peace is out the window, and then you have to start all over and find new ways to help you protect your peace in your new beginning, your new chapter. Do it right here, right now, because when you notice a repeating pattern of something or someone draining your peace or causing resentment, all bets are off. You better hop on it right now and get it together before it gets haywire. Because you don't wait for a crisis. Start right now. When them patterns are small, I don't care if you at work in a relationship, I don't care if it's something like, I don't like this. Speak on it right away to the person. If they don't respect it, it's like, okay, they don't serve you no peace, because it doesn't protect you. Sometimes you gotta chuck the deuces, and it's hard to chuck the deuces up. Trust me, it's so hard. But you have to, because it's like your boundaries matter. I'm not gonna let nobody or nothing tell me and steer me in the wrong direction. I'm not doing that. Not I. Okay. So that concludes into, well, we're not in conclusion yet, but this steps into, where does this matters most? In which area of life do boundaries matter most? Boundaries matters most in every area in your life. I don't care what nobody say. It matters in every area in your life. Boundaries matter most in the areas where you feel the most frequently pressured or emotionally lacked in. Typically includes, digital boundaries, limiting screen time, checking emails after hours, time boundaries that goes into protecting your personal time, and most importantly, relative boundaries with family, friends, or colleagues who overstep. By creating healthier limits in these high traffic areas, you create pocket of peace that allows you to recharge and re-engage meaningfully when you choose to. So in all the areas in your life where you feel like it's needed right now for you to take a stand and to get things done, do it now. Don't wait. Once again, like it blow up. Don't wait. Do it now, because the more and more you be able to display your voice and also be able to get all your frustrations and the things out respectfully and peacefully, that also helps you understand that what you can take, what you cannot take, and what is important for your boundaries and what's not important. Especially going into digital boundaries. Limiting your time on social media, screen time, watching TV, whatever. Checking emails after hours. Do not check that phone or nothing if it does not relate to during the hours you were, wherever you are that impacts with this. Don't do it. Time barriers. Protect your personal time. Protect your personal time. If you know that don't impact with your personal time, don't even put it in that time. Don't do it. As well as the relational boundaries with your family, friends, and colleagues who overstepped you. Put them in their place right away. And respectfully, though. We got to put respectfully out there, because you don't want to match energy with energy, because when you do, it's like, I got her. I got him or her. Now I'm on what they on, and and a boo-boo, I got you. No, you got to be the bigger person. And at times, I know it sucks for us to be the bigger person. It sucks like hell. But I be damned to meet you and stoop to your level, because it's like, why am I doing this? I'm not getting anything out of it. I'm just acting like an ass, and I'm not getting anything out of return. Somebody has to be the bigger person here, and somebody boundaries have to be I don't know, important to them. So yes, my friends, when it comes to any area of your life, then in which areas of life do boundaries matter the most? Every part of your life, it matters, especially the digital boundaries, the time boundaries, and the relation boundaries. Put your foot down, stand up, chin up, chest out. Be respectful and know what you can take and what you cannot take. And lastly, why is this important? I love the why, because it summarizes the whole purpose of the vibe of the day. The balance of boundaries, protecting your peace every season. Why is this important? Why is setting boundaries an essential habit for a life of peace? It's important because boundaries are the foundation of self-trust. They turn the abstract idea of protecting your peace into attainable, actionable habits. By enforcing your limits, you teach yourself that your needs and your feelings are valid and non-negotiable. Without boundaries, your peace is left to the mercy of others' demands. Boundaries ensure that your intentional resources, time, energy, emotional capabilities are managed by you, allowing your healing and growth to be considered and uninterrupted. Enough said. I don't have nothing much to say on that, but like I said earlier, you will do not let nobody puppet master you, because when you let somebody have the strings and puppet master you, it's like you're not in control of what goes on in your life. Going back to when you have the lead way of protecting your peace, and it's not an attainable, actionable habit. When you're able to enforce your limits, you're teaching yourself that your needs and your feelings are valid and they're non-negotiable. You have the right to say no. You have the right to express your feelings. You have the right to move the way you do, be with who you want to be with, or be alone. You don't need to keep defending yourself all the time about it, because sometimes you got to think, when I ask them these questions, do they do the same thing? No. So my friend, without boundaries, your peace is left to the mercy of others to determine what's right for you. No. When you're a grown ass adult, you do not let nobody determine the boundary that you have. Even, I'll say, for children that's like teenagers, they have boundaries too, that sometimes the parents and guardians need to understand that respectfully, they're human too. We have to respect their boundaries as well as they respect ours. Because without boundaries, your peace is left to the mercy of others' demands. I'm not going to let nobody have the demand of controlling my peace and what I can take and what I cannot take, and vice versa. You want to be the one in control of everything, because that impacts with your time, energy, and emotional capability. You manage this, and you allow your healing and growth to be consistent, to be consistently and not interrupted by anything and no one. Okay? And we're going back to the quote of the week / the quote of the day. Daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love others even when we risk disappointing others. I love you to death, but I have to make sure that I'm protecting my peace and my boundaries at all costs. Sometimes we have to risk the disappointment of others. Sometimes I cannot always be the one to be the yes man. Sometimes I have to be the no man or no woman. I have to put myself down. I have to put my foot down before I can let anyone push me down or put me down. No. And just for that, I thank you guys for tapping in, because with impacting the balance within, thank you for tapping in, because when it comes to the balance of boundaries, protecting your peace in every season, you're learning to set and hold a boundary is one of the most powerful healing habits you can develop. It won't always be easy. Everything in life is not easy, but it will always be worth it. This week, practice one small, gentle no that allows you to say a big yes to your peace. Remember, your peace is your responsibility and your greatest asset. You are worth protecting. You are worth protecting. Everything that you stand for, believe in, and whatever the case may be, you are worth protecting, and you're going to protect yourself at all costs. And E is not playing with you. You're going to protect yourself at all costs, because you know what's for you and you know what's not for you. And you know what you can take and you know what you cannot take. And you know what serves a purpose for you and you know what doesn't. Okay? As always, I thank you lovely people all so very much for taking the time out of y'all busy day to even listen or watch me. I hope that you guys have learned a lot of important informational facts that can help you in the long run when it comes to the balance of protecting your peace in every season. Because you matter, you're worth the peace, you're worth everything in your life, and you are in control of what matters to you. Okay? And this week I challenge you to just say no. Gently say no to things that doesn't impact with you, that you feel doesn't impact with what you want to do. Listen to your intuition. Listen to that gut feeling. Feel it, listen to it, all that. Do what's necessary for you, because that big yes is going to protect you in so many ways. Okay? As always, I thank you all so very much. I love you all so dearly. And to the warriors out there that are fighting, dealing with this seasonal depression, I really hope that this is an eye-opener for you. And please, if you need me, please contact me. The link tree is in every way that you listen or watch me, in every bio, shape, and form. And you can follow me on Instagram at vibing.with.e. Okay? Please be safe out here. Please be careful. Love on yourself. Do for yourself before you can do for others. And know that you're important just as well as the next person is important. But you have to love yourself first before you can love on to others. Be the best version of yourself that you want to see outside of yourself, so others can understand you and also be able to get the same outcome that you're getting for yourself. Okay? I love you all so very much. Until next time. Bye!